Hello, everyone. Welcome to Infinite Night. My name is Shawnee. It sounded like I said Infinite Night, but I said light. So this is a collective reading, and just based off of my error and what I just said, I'm getting that those in the collective have felt like it's been just a long dredge, a long haul in the dark, in an abyss, in a void. Dark Night of the Soul took a lot longer, has been taking a lot longer than I guess you thought it might. I was called to do a collective reading. Generally, I would do like a zodiac specific. Man, I'm having a hard time talking. There's somebody in your energy, either you or somebody is in your energy that is feeling like they need to say something to you, but they're having a hard time. Either number one, finding the words, or then number two, just getting themselves to say it or to type it or to send it. All right, so that's for somebody. Collective reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Thank you for joining me. If you like today's read, you know what to do. All right. At a minimum, wow, I'm having a hard time talking. This is all happening for a reason. Okay, Oracle card for today's reading. Spirit, thank you for being here. Thank you. I appreciate your time. Please help me deliver a clear and concise message to those watching. Should anything negative pop up, immediately return it to sender. I don't want it on me. I don't want it on the viewer. As I was saying that, I felt this weird sort of pull in my throat. So somebody crying. And I actually was about to post in my community. Those of you guys who are new or are seasoned subscribers, check out my community page here on YouTube. I don't post on social media anywhere else. I just keep everything on YouTube, and I post very regularly. I was going to put a post on there about crying. I don't give a flying fuck what you were told as a youngster about crying. What sort of walls you have up about crying. What kind of ill feelings you have about crying. Crying is magical. It is a release. It is your soul trying to push away what is not serving you. And when you cry happy tears, you are truly connecting to yourself. Like you immediately open up a portal towards your higher self. And you allow a connection. Just like people say prayer changes things, crying changes things as well. So if you're feeling this deep dark void that you feel like is taking a long time to get yourself out of, if you hadn't had a good cry spell, allow yourself to release via tears. It's healing. Okay, for the collective, you wanted me to get some Sacred Sea Oracle. If you hear any rumbling, that's my tummy. What is it that you wanted to say to the collective, please, Spirit? Sacred Serpent Spirit. DNA activation. So there is a reason why you've been feeling like it's taking a long time, and it is because it's taking a long time. You are being grown, you are being activated, you are being here with the color red. Here we're looking at like your root and your sacral chakra with the orange in here as well, and then the green in here as well, and then the purple in here as well. I'll talk about all of them. All right, so your base chakras, your root and your sacral chakras are helping you build a new foundation made out of security, made out of strength, a strong foundation, because for the collective that I'm talking to, what I'm getting intuitively is your life up until now has been one mess after another that you've potentially had to clean or just been a part of. One unstable thing after another, one uncertainty after another, one wish unfulfilled after another, one bad relationship after another. It could be, family relationship, friend relationship, romantic relationship. And you're healing through all of that and creating something new, a new version of yourself on a new, sturdier foundation. And you're finding happiness and love, or at least trying to navigate finding happiness and love within you first. Stability in that. The stability in faith, meaning like learning to have faith that it's all going to work out for your greatest and highest good, and that the universe does have your back. It's been hard though, because you've been in this void for a long time. You're learning to use your intuition. You're learning to use your crown connection to spirituality, growing yourself spiritually, and letting go of the years, however old you are. For example, I'm 43. So letting go of the 43 years of being told this is how society works. This is the truth of it all. This is how your religion works. And this is how you praise God. And this is how you do this. And this is how you go to work. And this is how you find a lover. And this is how you perform as a woman. With pronouns as she and her. This is how you are supposed to be as a woman in society, and this is what you're supposed to be able to receive and hold and maintain and build. Letting go of that conditioning. And then healing definitely your heart space. Again, like I said before, being in a space of learning to love yourself first, learning to find happiness within yourself first, and bringing in this idea and this inner knowing of what I build myself towards, what I resonate, I attract. And so you're rebuilding yourself, so you're trying to attract new energetic matches into your life. I keep looking at this card and I keep getting like lobster. Like a lobster tail, and it might be because these are and I could be looking at this completely wrong, but these are like sea sea themed cards. But something about like the lobster tail I'm getting in this card over and over again. I like, one of my guilty pleasures as far as a restaurant is concerned is like Red Lobster. I don't know if you have it where you're from. But it's a fast food version of seafood. And I've lived on the coast and been able to get fresh seafood before. I said guilty pleasure, right? I haven't been to Red Lobster in a long time. I did want to go for my birthday, but it just didn't. So what is this telling me? It's like, starting from the bottom, right? Because these are like bottom feeders. Alchemizing the negative inside of you into something positive. Like even when something bad happens, you're just like, okay, this is just something that I'm going through. I have all faith that I'm going to get through it. What is the current energy of the collective, please, Spirit? Thank you. What is the current energy of the collective? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, guys. Current energy of the collective. If you've made it this far, that means that there's something in here that has been speaking to you. So please at least like, and if you wish to subscribe, turn on that bell notification button. The world starting a new chapter. Quite literally confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. And then I'm also getting to as above, so below, as within, so without. And you're learning that is just so true. Like what you put out into the world, you get. Energy doesn't lie. Energy doesn't lie. Facades. You're seeing so many other people's masks drop on a world stage and in your internal world, like your friends and family, your so-called friends and family and lovers. You're seeing so many masks drop. People have been revealing to themselves who they really are, or you're finally getting these epiphanies, these Ace of Swords sort of things happening in your mind, and you're just like, wait a minute, that person tried to play me, and I did let them play me for all too long. I'm not gonna let that happen again. Do you see? I know you see. You understand. All right, so what's tell me what's going on. Hold on. They only want to use these for clarifiers. Understood. Yes, sir. Tell me what it is. I have this feeling that the main spirit that works with me is a masculine spirit when I pull tarot cards. And so you'll hear me say yes, sir, every now and then when they say to turn the cards or use different cards. Tell me a story. What's going on with the collective right now in their reality, please? The Emperor in the upright and the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, it's like you want love. You definitely want love. But you're building a foundation. You're building your own network right now. I could be heavily talking to a water sign or a fire sign right now. You do want love. But there's been some you're exhausted. I was just watching on Instagram or something. Yeah, Instagram had to have been. This guy was saying, hey, listen, if you've been single for over a year, you might as well just give up, because nobody's going to meet your standards at this point. If you've been single for over a year and you've actively been working on improving yourself as a person, improving your environment, so on and so forth, this guy was basically saying, once you get out into the dating game, everybody's going to get on your nerves. You know what I mean? Because this is what he was saying. He's like, because sometimes you just want to sit on your couch and not do nothing, and you don't want anybody to disturb your peace. And you get to that point. He said the funny part, he said, so if you've been out there and you've been single for 11 months, you better get out there and start dating. Because once you hit that 12-month mark, baby, you're not going to want to hear anybody's BS, because you've cleansed yourself so much and grown yourself so much, you can instantly spot it. And that's what I feel like I'm working with. A little withdrawn, a little moody, and I think that comes from. But heck, so you're telling me I gotta do this by myself? No. And then I get Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. Not necessarily as an actor. I just feel like his soul is just gorgeous. Jim Carrey in Dumb and Dumber, he's asking that lady, so what do you think something between us, what do you think the chances, 1 in 100? And she's like, no, I think more like 1 in a million. He's like, so you're saying there's a chance? So I think that's you. There's this small little corner of your heart with this green chakra, but it's in the back. The green chakra is kind of in the back, and it's being covered by you taking care of yourself in the 3D world. You're making sure your money is right, making sure your bills are paid, making sure your house and your car are right. That kind of stability is what I feel like you're working on. But in the background, your heart is like, I'm here too, boo. And so that little part inside of your heart that's saying, hello, I want to cohabitate with somebody else. I want to have a relationship with somebody else. This is you, that part of you talking to the other part of you, and it's saying, so what's the likelihood of you getting back out there and dating? Is it going to be 1 in 100? And you're like, no, it's more like 1 in a million. And your heart's saying, so you're saying there's a chance. So there's a part of you that wants love. So tell me about that, please, Spirit. So tell me about this love story that's coming towards the collective. The Moon, 3 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Moving all of this forward. You've got an idea of love. I think what you're currently seeing in your reality is giving you a little bit of anxiety and depression with this Moon card. Yeah. You don't see the truth of it yet. Like it hasn't completely. I'm getting like okay. Thank you, Spirit. Eddie Murphy, Donkey, um, Shrek. It's like an onion. It's not even Eddie Murphy. It's Shrek that says this, right? All you can see it is at the surface. Like you don't understand all the layers, and that's because the layers have not been shown to you. They haven't completely opened up yet. It's not time, is what Spirit is saying. But you feel like you're deceiving yourself about this love idea that you have, and it can be with this King of Cups here. Um, Air sign, water sign, and that could be their sun or Venus is what I'm going with. But it doesn't have to be. They can operate as a loving, giving person. They could be very parental, or if they don't have kids, they could have like pets, or just give off that vibe, like, dang, that person would be a good parent, right? Very, very like creative, a bit weird, in a good way, though. You know what I mean? Like this person would keep you on your toes, whoever this person is. Keep you intellectually stimulated, which I know is very important for who I'm talking to. Especially since yeah, that's where you feel like you would open yourself up more, as if you were with somebody that was intellectually stimulating for you, can hold a conversation. You've, you feel like you might be deceiving yourself about this. It could be a third party situation, um, or it could be a reconciliation. Take which one of those that resonates for you in your story. And you're just like, especially with this Five of Swords. But what if it doesn't work? There's a what if, and there's frustration with that. Tell me about this. Yeah, you don't look at this with the what is this card? The Nine of Wands in the reverse, the Wounded Warrior. You're really being conservative about your energy in this. Really just, okay, so I'm not going to invest too much from the gate. Maybe let it unfold, with this whole onion idea. Maybe let it unfold as it unfolds. I'm just not going to give too much. Man, there's a lot of flyers that want to come out before I even ask a question. Okay, nothing is flying out face up, so tell me about this King of Cups for the collective. What's going on currently? Well, you know what? Let's do this. We'll put this World card. We'll do a major arcana for the collectives. King of Cups. Queen of Cups, guys. I know that there's men and women following me, and I know that y'all sometimes don't date kings. Sometimes you date queens. Whatever it is, whatever the case may be, just take it as it resonates. There's no... It's more of like an energy. It's not like a sex, right? We're not going to assign the King of Cups any pronouns. We're just going to call the King of Cups King of Cups, okay? All right, so what's the current energy of this King of Cups for the collective, please? 2 cards. Temperance and the Emperor. Look at this. They're trying to match you. They're trying to match you. Very heavy on the fire sign here. Air, fire, water. Again, doesn't have to be, guys. You can be air, fire, water. Do you see what I'm saying? And for example, my sun is fire and my Venus is water. So, but what I'm getting off of this is just because this is Sagittarius card and this is the Aries card. So we'll go with that. What are they experiencing? They're learning to find their own truth. They are doing a lot of studying, a lot of research. And that could be inside of themselves, but you could definitely take a look at their social media algorithm, and it's probably changed over the last umpteen months. It could have been like cars, and I'm just going to go with what Spirit gave me. I was gonna say big booties. It could have been cars and big booties at one point, or just shoes or luxurious homes or travel ideas, especially with this temperance here. Like how to pack, it's stuff like that. You know what I mean? Um, and then it's shifting because they've started ingesting different things into their life, into their reality via their social media, what they're watching on TV, what they're watching on YouTube. Hi. And so they're not really, even though right now you seem to be collective, really taking care of your like 3D world. I feel like this person is shifting out of that and really trying to go internally. So these top chakras to connect to spirit, to find healing within themselves, and again, to keep themselves tempered, creating a new foundation. I think they already did that, but now they're trying to find their footing. This person might be a serial entrepreneur, a CEO, somebody that other people look up to, even though they are not, I feel like even though they're not necessarily building something from the ground up, I think what's happening is that they are maybe revisiting relationships, the networking, in their career, new job, new location for some. But it's the same career, but maybe new job, new location. And so they're like rebuilding the network. That's what they've got going on. How does this King of Cups feel about the collective? Queen of Wands. They look at you and they feel a very strong presence. You're very, very, like, you're there and you look good and just you have this Rico suave about just you got swag, you got drip, there's just something about you that there's just like they can't keep their eyes off of you when you're around. Whenever they have a chance to see you, whenever they do see you, they feel like you don't second guess. Your intuition is high and tapped in, and they can see that. Yeah, look at this. They see you as somebody who is a starter, is a go-getter. You as a collective, I could be talking to, what am I trying to say? Cardinal signs. I could be talking to cardinal signs. You show a lot about yourself, collective. You show a controlled version of yourself. And they like to know what's behind. They want more of your time. Whoever this person is, how would they like to spend collective's time? They're protecting themselves from you, or they have been. Empress in reverse, Page of Wands in the upright. They have been. I feel like this person is like getting some downloads from their spirit teams about how to potentially approach you, because they couldn't figure out how to do that from a while ago, whenever they had the inkling to, I'm going to approach collective. How does a collective, first of all, who is this person's spirit? King of Swords in the upright, a truth teller. Here's the first earth sign. We got Taurus, potentially. A truth teller. Hold on, guys. Capricorn. Taurus, Capricorn, potentially. Truth teller. You're just, this person that I'm talking about is either they're finally coming towards you with their truth, or they just always been somebody that like really very rational and logical in other aspects of their life, not necessarily love. This person is about taking action, again with the cardinal sign. Doesn't have to be. Very ambitious. Again, that matches the Emperor's energy, and then very highly disciplined, meaning if they say that they're going to do something, they're going to do it. How does or how will the collective feel about this person? How does or how will the collective feel? Six of Wands. Five of Wands. Ace of Swords. You feel a little back and forth in your feelings. In your actions. At one point you feel like you want to go towards this person, open up towards this person, let this person see a little bit more inside of you. Because remember, I said you're very careful of like what it is that you express and how you expose yourself, and who you let in now, right? So it's sometimes you feel like you want to let them in, and then sometimes you feel like not today. So you go back and forth. But hold on, let me see what's at the bottom of the deck. The Page of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, there's just worry of being careless in this connection. But the truth of the matter is, with this Ace of Swords, what is the truth? What is the truth for the collective towards this person? I don't know what it is that you've done to me, but it's caused me to act in such a crazy... the truth of the matter is they make you weak. There's something about this person that makes you... Whatever it is that you do when you do what you do to me, it's a feeling I want. I don't want to change. Okay. All right. So I was singing Weak by SWV. If you don't know the song, go check it out. All right. But there's this something like, and then I get, How Did You Get Here? Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. A different song. I tried that. I gave up on that love thing for a long time. My heart says no. Right? So I'm getting a person in the collective, people in the collective that are like, why are you here? Remember I was talking about earlier? I've been just okay, fine, on my own. I haven't had to deal with the drama of a relationship. Now here you are, King of Cups, and it's just like, ugh, do I want to give myself completely to this King of Cups or what? Tell me about what is happening in the collective's energy when they feel this Six of Wands, please. Thank you. Tell me about what is happening in the collective's energy when they feel the Six of Wands, the Two of Swords. Tell me about what is happening in the collective's energy when they feel this Five of Wands. The Fool. So whenever you feel like you're giving too much, you shrink back, right? And then whenever you feel like you're being too distant energetically with this person, and maybe it's causing too much of a rift, too much of a distance between you and this person, you open up. So you're doing a lot of this. And it's just something. Why is it? Tell me, Spirit, why is it? What's going on between the collective and this person? Why is this energetically happening between the collective and this person? The Devil in the reverse. The Chariot in the upright. The Tower in the reverse. 3 major arcanas. You want to know why it is that you are attached to this person? It's because Spirit wants you to be both of y'all. any and every time you do this collective and you kind of try to shut yourself off from this person, Spirit's like, stop that. Open back up. Maintain your boundaries. Remember who you are, but open back up. Because what's happening right now is y'all are both, and this sounds very twin flamey, and I don't, guys, if you know me, you know I don't throw that around. I don't throw that around easily. But this does. And if not twin flamey, then it doesn't feel karmic in a bad way. It feels a little bit like Dharma is trying to come out of the karma that used to be in this connection. Did you hear what I said? Transmuting. It feels like there's some transmutation happening because of introspection on both ends. It feels like there's some alchemizing happening because of growth on both ends. Do you see why I said it kind of feels a bit like twin flame? It feels a bit. And for those of you guys who don't believe about twin flame, then the fact that I got 3 major arcana can definitely say soulmate. And if you've been a member of Infinite Light for a while, I am a true believer that we've got multiple soulmates, and not everyone is meant to follow us throughout the expansion of our life. It seems like this person is supposed to be here right now. At least in your energy. Y'all both have a tendency to be tempted towards pleasure seeking, whatever that might be, whatever your vice is. Your vice could even be this person. Let's be honest. And so, Spirit is helping you navigate that with the Chariot and the Upright, and you're heading in the right direction, and you are, as long as y'all both continue to grow and alchemize and transmute the mutual energy, then you can avoid a Tower and the Upright. You can avoid an ultimate upheaval. Avoid what, please, Spirit? Now I'm going to use this. Thank you very much. With this Tower in the reverse, could you please, rebuild is coming to mind, but let's see what the cards say. Tell me about this Tower in the reverse. 2. Thank you. You can avoid not coming together. You can avoid you can stop putting a cap on the energy of love that y'all both have. You can avoid the loss and the regret of reunion, potentially, with this person. Now listen, just because, like, let's say you really resonate with being on a twin flame journey, right? Or this is somebody from your past. And I just posted this on community as well. Just because somebody comes back does not mean that they are meant to stay. It's like this energetic cleanup is supposed to be happening on aisle you and them, right? Instead of aisle 4, aisle 5. If this energetic clinic is supposed to be happening, and I'm going to ask why in a second, but there's 2 things that can potentially happen from this. 1, a reunion that is supposed to happen, or 2, a truth-telling conversation that is supposed to happen and could potentially close out this cycle. But you're meant to continue to be energetically attached to this person. Can you tell me what is meant to happen for the collective? Greatest and highest good, please. What is meant to happen for the collective out of this? The 9 of Swords in the reverse, to regain control over your right back to the Devil in the reverse. To regain control over your tendency to want to pleasure seek, right? So basically to have a calmness about you and about your energy and a discernment about who you give your energy to. At the very beginning, we were talking about that. Healing with the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Healing. What's likely going to happen between the collective and this person? It's the most likely outcome of the collective and this person. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. And then the Six of Swords in the upright. 2 more cards, please. The Queen of Cups in the upright now. And the Death in the reverse. And then the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so moving out of not wanting to work with this person. Moving out of an idea of not wanting to come together as a team. Moving out of being unfocused. And then finding that focus and that clarity and that momentum and that motivation to want to move towards calmer waters with this person. Again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a full-blown reconciliation. I'm feeling truth. Queen of Cups in the upright is an ability to have control over your emotions. And because you are so highly connected to divine and your intuition, there is this idea of somebody not wanting it to just be about saying the truth. Like, for example, there could be one of you guys that has loved the other person immensely for years, months, whatever, and just didn't say that because of fear, because of hurt, because of trauma, because of things that had transpired between you and this person. And so you find your courage, you find your footing, and you, with that Temperance card, but then with that Emperor card, you tell your truth. With that, especially with that King of Swords, you tell your truth to this person. And the person says, you know, whoever this is that's watching right now, take it as it resonates. And the person says, I appreciate you for coming clean and finally telling me how you truly feel. Thank you so very much. But then they say, well, you have a great life. I hope this gave you the closure that you need. I know that it gave me some clarity as I move forward in my life. This is very specific at this point, guys. So just take it as it resonates. And this person is, and then so the other person says, and whoever this is, I don't know. But the other person says, that's it? And then whoever this Queen of Cups is, it says, yeah, that's it. I mean, I got what I needed. Not every person who returns is meant to stay. I'm looking towards the future. Divine has another soulmate out there for me. I appreciate you. I just don't want to move backwards in my life. Meaning, like, I just don't want to revisit any energy from my past. But I do appreciate you coming forward because it really does take a weight that I didn't realize was on my shoulders off. And I think that's what this person is worried might be your response. With this Sun card out here, I'm getting that this is going to happen this summer. Summer is happening in my neck of the woods. Well, I guess in America it officially started like a couple of days ago, sort of. The summer solstice is coming up here in the middle of June, so very soon. But I think even with this Death card in the reverse, I really do feel like there is going to be peace that is going to be gained from both of you. Can I get one clarification on this Death card in the reverse, please? Yeah, there's going to be, I got the the Nine of Wands in the upright now this time. Clarifying, yeah, there's somebody that it's going to be a test of faith in themselves, in their future, in their spirit. When you do say, I appreciate, if you do say, I appreciate what you have to say, I don't want to explore this again. I'm choosing to move on in my life, or I just don't want to be connected romantically to somebody or whatever. It's gonna kind of hurt this other person a little bit, but it's okay. They're gonna learn because they've grown. You understand? They've grown. This person could be younger than you, or just haven't been as haven't gone as far along in their spiritual journey and their ascension and their growth and their healing as you have, if they're not younger than you. But they're going to find their way. Y'all are both going to inherit a new sense of self. Whether it's somebody speak, and then here goes the moon in the reverse, which is good. This cycle is going to end. The cycle is going to end between you guys, and y'all are both going to be able to find your footing, regardless of if you say you want to reunite with this person or you say thank you for speaking your truth. I'm going to continue to move in this direction, the direction I was going. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Both of y'all are going to be able to find your footing, which is going to be great. All right, so I'm going to pull a card, a device. So what I have is a huge, look at this. I used to live in England, so I've got a bunch of English stuff. But it's not just that. So these are postcards that I've collected since I was a teenager. And Spirit told me to get all of my postcards together and pull from them. And they're going to give me some messages. So let's get these kind of mixed up. They're facing away from me. The pictures are facing away from me. And so I'm just going to pull for the collective, please, Spirit. Look at this. And then Spirit had me pull this Sacred Sea oracle for you. And then and before I came in here, as I was cleaning up my room, because we just went to the coast for Memorial Day weekend, I found some shells in my room. And so I was like, why do I keep finding shells everywhere? This literally happened right before I started pulling cards for you all. So I think that that's interesting. I feel like this interaction with you and this person is a gift. Just a little tidbit of information for you as you ascend, as you grow. Like somebody actually speaking their truth to you, collective, is going to be so giving for them. No matter how you react, it's going to be so giving for them, so healing for them, for you both. It's going to be just a little bit of however you choose to take it, collective, because you have free will in this interaction. It's going to be very, very, very healing for you. I said it earlier. I said there's going to be a weight that you didn't even realize that you were carrying. You didn't even realize that you were carrying when this person comes forward and gives you their God's honest truth. And it's going to be so cleansing, and it's going to propel you. Water sign. Fire sign. Air sign. It's happening. Water, fire, air. I'm seeing it all in here. So I'm seeing a crab in here. And then the crab is also associated to somebody that I know that is a air sign. So that's why I put air sign out there. I already did say air sign earlier. I said Aquarius earlier. And then these feathers on here are associating with the Temperance card for me. Archangel Michael is on there. And so I'm getting Sagittarius, fire sign. Very healing with the stars on here. There's stars. And then water itself is truly healing. And then look at this. Somebody potentially connected to Florida. See what's on the other side of the card. Crown. Very much in my crown chakra is itchy. So this just helps you connect a little bit more to the divine, collective, you and this person. The number 47 is popping up. 34 is popping up. Those can be significant to you, but I am seeing the number 7 quite a lot on this card. 39, 57, Canada. Again with the sevens, a lot of sevens. All right. Let's pull one card of advice for the collective. One card of advice and one affirmation card, please, for the collective. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. If you've made it this far, please put a pink heart down below. The Star card popped up and the King of Cups. You're going to be healing your relationship with whoever this King of Cups is for you, collective. With whoever this King of Cups is for you. You showed up as your energy. You guys are matching energetically as far as maturity and stuff. So you don't have to worry about that. But the fact that the Star card popped up and you heard me mention it earlier when I was talking about this shell here, just confirmation. 7's on here too. The Star card is a 17 card. But that's also an 8. So internal growth, internal power. It's going to be like, mwah. So your advice is, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right. Bob Marley. Maybe just the sheer fact that I literally just pulled a Bob Marley song is confirmation for you. You got it. I know it feels lonely, but strong social skills. You get out of your house and say yes to your friends when they say, do you want to go to brunch? As long as they're like energetic. I mean, you can, choose your friends wisely, so on and so forth, right? Don't go out with the ones that annoy you. As a matter of fact, cut them from your life. But yeah, definitely get out of the house. And be generous with yourself. Whatever that might mean. I'm not advocating for you to go buy that Louis Vuitton if it's outside of your budget. But if it is, buy it. And whatever that might be. Go to the park. Go sit in front of a water fountain and just allow yourself to be and love yourself. Allow yourself to dream. What I'm getting off of that is spirit. Just say this to spirit in this, whoever this King of Cups is for you, okay? Allow yourself to say to spirit. And really have gumption behind this. Say, Spirit, I don't know what's going to happen between me and this connection. But I have all faith that you're going to show me how good it can get. I have all the faith that you are going to show me how good it can get. I'm not going to put a cap on it. I'm not going to say, I wish it would happen this way. I wish it would happen that way. You know what I want. You know what I need. You know in the trajectory of my life. You know where I need to step in order to reach ascension. So show me how good it can get. All right, guys. That's your reading for today. I love you. Bye.